Hi, I'm Jennifer Nicely with Pinnacle Real Estate Academy. Today we're talking about rinsing the cottage cheese. What does that actually mean? There's a saying out there that talks about trimming the fat and rinsing the cottage cheese, and little steps make huge impacts. And when you're making these little steps, you don't always know the impact you are going to have in the long term. But today I encourage you to take those little steps. So let's talk about rinsing the cottage cheese. There was a time where the economy wasn't that great. And this is a true study. This is a real story. Wells Fargo rinsed the cottage cheese. So what does that mean? What they did is they cut out a lot of extra expenses. So one thing they did is they did not order new chairs. Their chairs in their offices had stuffing coming out of them, and they basically said, this is what we're dealing with. They stopped buying 3-ring binders and putting papers in it. Instead, they started stapling it because saving money on the binders added up. They got rid of all of their plants in the office because watering them cost money, and they kept going and going and going. They turned off the executive elevator because that took energy, and they cut down the bills. Now, there was another very large corporate bank that I won't name, but it is in this real story, that did not do that. They actually spent $1.8 million to $3 million on renovating executive offices. And it wasn't until this large bank corporation hired ex-executives from Wells Fargo when this bank started saving money, because they were trimming the fat. They were rinsing the cottage cheese. Now, that's just a story to explain how little things like getting rid of the plants to save water sounds crazy, but it starts to add up. So this analogy, this story is the same for your business. Whether you're trying to trim the fat financially, which some of you may want to do, but it's also the same in taking those little steps on a daily basis starts to add up in your business. Maybe you don't like lead generation. Maybe it makes you feel awkward. But let's say you can muster up the energy to call one person today. And you do one phone call a day for an entire 7 days. Day 8, you make 2 phone calls. After a while, this is going to compound, and before you know it, you're going to be making 50 phone calls a day and not thinking a thing about it. Maybe it's marketing, maybe it's social media, and you can't stand social media. You don't know how it works. You don't want to take time out of your day. Social media is very powerful. It's kind of bittersweet. I understand it drives a lot of people crazy, but it's also very powerful and can be a good thing. Take Hurricane Helene, for example. Look how much help has come together because of social media. The power behind social media is extremely important for you to use in your business. So let's baby step this. Let's say you don't do a video, but you just post something on Facebook. And maybe you do this 2 or 3 times a week. But then you start to snowball. Then you can start doing videos. You don't have to have anything special. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. This video today is actually recorded on my cell phone. You can do the same. This microphone, less than $250. Not a big deal. You can do this too. But as you start to get used to it, it starts to snowball and it becomes very, very impactful. No matter where you are in your business, no matter the economy that you're in, no matter when you're watching this video, trimming the fat on your finances is a make or break for your business. You always want to make sure you're not spending your profit. That's a whole nother video for a whole nother time. But make sure you rinse your cottage cheese. Make sure you trim the fat. Make sure you take these baby steps, because when you take the baby steps, you're going to have a bigger impact in the long run. But you got to be consistent with it. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel today. We are constantly posting videos for you, the entrepreneur and the real estate agent throughout the country. If you ever need us, feel free to reach out at Pinnacle Real Estate Academy or comment in the messages below, and we'll make sure that we get back to you.